I'm joined now by Gigi McKelvey. She's host of the very popular podcast, Pretty Lies and Alibis. And Gigi is a friend of the show. All right, Gigi, the online speculation is just ramped into overdrive because for 2.5 years, this has been under gag. I still don't know why it's been under gag. I'm frustrated that this has been under gag. I feel like it's led to so much consternation and angst and so much attacking of these two surviving roommates. But what is the biggest takeaway that you get from hearing this call?
Man, first of all, I've listened to it numerous times since it came out, and every single time, Ashleigh, it just hits you hard. The absolute panic and terror in their voices is so palpable. I think that people just don't know what to think. And I think, like you say, with the delay in releasing this, it's caused so much speculation and rumor when, if you listen to it, there really isn't anything in that call that would have been detrimental to Bryan Kohberger's case, in my opinion. I've seen everything from why didn't they check on the two roommates? Why didn't they mention they saw blood? We don't know if that door was opened. We don't know if that gentleman looked under the door and just saw enough to know this is bad. The speculation, though, it is off the charts, and it's very hard to read, and I imagine for the families and the surviving victims as well.
Boy, I sure hope that the haters online who have been ruthless to these girls, especially to Dylan, eat their words or worse. The treatment that these two surviving roommates have been given over the last 2.5 years is just indescribable. But you can tell that they are confused and terrified and mystified all at the same time. You cannot act that well on a 911 call. One thing I wanted to ask you about, we now know that the prosecution is going to call these two surviving witnesses as witnesses on the stand. We also know that two other people who were there, the neighbors, if you're looking at the house, the neighbors to the right, they were there as well on that call. Their initials are H, J, and EA. What gaps do they need to fill in? What is still missing from this tape that these four witnesses at least need to fill in?
I think for their roommates, what led them to believe something was wrong? Did they go to the door and knock and just not get an answer? And is that out of character for the roommates to not, after some banging on the doors, wake up and, you know, maybe you're a little hungover, but you wake up? And then what led to the neighbors coming over? And once the gentleman was in the house, we know they all kind of went in, but he seemed to be the one that was in charge of trying to make contact with these roommates. What did he see? Did he get the door open? Did he look under the door? I just think, and I think they're going to be one of the first witnesses on the stand, these group of young people, just to establish that 911 call is going to be one of the very first exhibits that's going to be admitted. And I think that's going to fill in a lot of these gaps that we have as far as what was seen. Did you see blood? Were they covered? We just don't know, and maybe he didn't see that. Maybe he saw just enough.
Yeah.
Perhaps if he looked under that door to say, this is bad, get out.
Yeah, you know, Steve Gonzalez, the father of Kaylee, thinks that maybe he saw something and the bodies were all tangled up in blankets and it was dark with blackout blinds maybe. But I don't think that they saw what was really there, or the reaction would have been a lot different. I also want to know what exactly was the last thing that the male voice saw before he said, let's get out, get out, get out, get out, whether it was upstairs on the 3rd floor or the 2nd floor, Xana's room. Gigi, I got to wrap it there. Come back again. Thank you for this.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.